what do we mean by God? Where is he or she located? Why can't I see God? Can anyone tell me what do we mean by God here?
Sir, the Supreme Force.
Supreme Force. Okay, very good. Okay.
Every one of here is God.
Okay. So where is she? Where is
Everywhere. Life. Everywhere. God is everywhere. God is in ourselves.
Then why can't we see God?
Power which controls the full process of life and death in everything. We can't see him because the God is an eternal being.
Yeah. Why can't we see God?
Sir, because the God is an eternal being.
Okay. So it's very easy. Can we see? Can our own eyes see ourselves?
No. We can only see ourselves with a mirror, and the mirror is the Upanishads.
Correct. Fantastic. So we can only see through some medium. So that's why we should understand in Vibhuti Yoga, you saw that God is through so many mediums. Slowly we should enjoy each and every being, be it inanimate or animate, be it a living or non-living. It is been pervaded. It has been completely transcended with God. So if God has made every one of us, we don't have to see God. We have to feel it. We have to seek. Rather than seeing, you should seek God. Okay. So Sahana today is not there. But this verse of Sahana talks about same thing. Brahma Lakshana means what does God mean? It talks about Brahman. Now these two things you have to understand. God is different. God is what we see, what we feel, or what we understand, which is because of Maya Shakti. Ishvara is Brahman plus Maya. Just understand it as twinkle, twinkle, little star, like in the UKG, LKG. Because Brahman cannot be felt, cannot be formed, or cannot be smelled or touched, anything, because it is you in every cell of yours is Brahman. So Brahman is something different, but God we can see in the form of Murti, because Maya, Yoga Maya will show God in the form or some way it will be seen, but Brahman is through everything. I will come to this with an example also. And let's understand why we can't see Brahman.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, can I tell something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, so because there is no God, it is just the source of energy.
Exactly.
And to understand it, we have made up something.
Exactly.
Understand.
Perfect. I will let you know that through Maya Shakti only God exists. Otherwise, when you are yourself, the subject is God, the subject is Brahman, the highest force, then why do you want anything? Only because our understanding is little immature. We try to see God, but if you see, you are made up of.
Uncle, to seek God, we should actually not seek God, like go somewhere or, like find him. We should actually, understand ourselves. If we understand ourselves more, that means we are understanding God more.
Fantastic. And how do you understand ourselves more? By
Gita.
By study of Gita, or
Scriptures.
by Upanishad, or by any Vedic scriptures, but under the guidance of a guru who has understood it very well. Only through the repeated teaching, understanding by a guru only we will get to know our higher self, that is the force, the Shakti. Now let us see, for understanding anything, we require three things. Pramanam. It is Sanskrit word, just understand it is instrument. For example, if you want to measure something, you want to have a tape. So pramanam. Then there will be some goal by having the ruler. Like what is the goal? To make a shirt or a frock or whatever it is. That is prameyam, the goal. So, and pramata, the way to achieve it, as Vidhi was very clear, to understand your higher self, that is our goal, that is the moksha, we have to have scriptures or teacher. And in this condition, when there is a tape, measuring tape to cut the different parts of the clothes, it requires a tailor. So pramanam, the instrument, prameyam, the goal, pramata, the way to achieve the goal. And that is you yourself here will achieve your higher self. Now, can these five senses really take us to the higher self? That
No.
is Brahma, the
Sir,
true
we
knowledge.
need the sixth
No,
sense.
sir, we need the sixth sense.
Yeah, sir, we need the sixth sense.
And what
Which
is
is our
that?
consciousness.
What is that? Yeah, that is the
Consciousness, sir.
conscious.
Consciousness.
Correct. Because the five senses always take us away from your higher self. Because it is
So
within.
the five senses are for the samsaric things.
Exactly. The five senses, that is Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Means Shabda means speech, Sparsha means touch, Rupa means you see, sight,
Sight.
Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa means taste, Rasa, and Gandha means smell. Always these five senses which we have are like the five
The
horses.
shabda is the hearing, right?
Speech, Vak, your speech.
Oh, okay.
So, these five senses will always take you outwards, like the five horses we have seen. Only when the consciousness, when you give the reins, that mind is controlled by the conscious mind or the higher intellect, that is Krishna, then only the five horses, the five senses will understand the true knowledge, that is Prama. Prama means true knowledge. Which
Sir, it's like for example, in the Mahabharata Yuddha, Sri Krishna was the person who was guiding the
correct.
horses, etc. And Arjun was the fighter or the Dhanudhari, and the horses were taking Arjun wherever he wanted. So basically, if Sri Krishna would not be there, then the horses would go here and there, and the horses depict the senses. So that, of course, for us in our mind, the senses will make us go here and there. Like if we taste something, we want more of it. If we see something, we want it. Same, and if we don't have our true consciousness, Krishna controlling it, then I don't know where we will go. Like we'll just be roaming around with no goal.
We will go crazy.
With no specific thing. And Arjuna is basically us, like always.
Correct. Fantastic, Vidhi. That is what the explanation you have given, and it is perfect. But let us explain more to the children who have joined recently or they don't have taken up this. But the story. Now, there was one monastery, and the old monk was supposed to transfer his powers, or say he wanted to make one of those of the younger monks as the next to the what do you say, in the monastery, as the main king. Not king, we don't have king in monastery, the next to the higher. So what he did is he gave two envelopes to the main two people who he thought are very close to become the main monk there. And he asked them, go and open the envelope and read the message where God is not there. Where God is not there. So they went everywhere to open the envelope. One person went and opened and came back, but the other person tried to open it, he could not. He went there, here, everywhere, but he could not open it, because you can see there, from God is nowhere to God is now and here. The small change in nowhere to now and here. So God is everywhere. God is within you yourself. So that young monk became the main monk because he understood that God cannot be hidden. He is there everywhere, and that envelope cannot be opened. So that was a test for him, and he passed through it. So God is within me too, within you too. And all Upanishad proclaim it. The Vedas which we have seen, Sam, Yajur, Atharvana and Rig Veda, they proclaim it in different ways. Aham Brahmasmi. And this is what we want to learn from entire Bhagavad Gita. Aham Brahmasmi. And that is what will give us moksha.
Sir, God is everywhere, sir.
Yes. God is everywhere. I will come to this verse and then we will explain it. Okay.